Welcome to the Gym Effect.
Where growth isn't just talked about, it's lived.
We dive deep into stories that heal,
Moments that transform,
and truths that shine
because every gym starts as something rough
until it's revealed.
Welcome back. We hope you guys enjoyed our first episode.
We just want to give a huge shout out just to everyone who commented, who reached out to us on the podcast. And yeah, just a huge thank you.
Yeah, gave us good feedback.
Yeah, absolutely.
So today we're going to talk about our moms. So this episode is called Dear Mom. And we really just want to recognize all the mothers and those we love, including our own.
Yeah, and honor just moms, like our friends, our, family, coworkers, and even honor those moms that are no longer with us as well. So, yeah. I guess we can start it off. Me and Lauren actually wrote a letter to both of our moms, so I'll go ahead and start with my letter. Dear Mom, there are so many things I never said out loud but wanted to. Sometimes because I didn't know how to, and some because I didn't think I was allowed to feel them. First, thank you. Thank you for the ways you've showed up, not just for me, but for Ashley and Dad. Thank you for the sacrifices I didn't see until I got older. The way you took on 2 jobs that year just so you could throw me a beautiful quinceañera. And thank you for loving me the best way you knew how. You were my safe space before I even knew what that meant, and the person I could count on without a question. You were a woman before you were my mother. You had your own wounds, you had your own story, and your own things you never got to heal from. And for that, I apologize for the times I've made you feel unappreciated. But I see it now. I see the sacrifices, the time you put yourself second, moments you showed strength when you were probably tired, and the love you gave even when life wasn't easy. And I want you to know now, it mattered. It shaped me, grounded me, and made me the woman I am today. And if I don't say it enough in real life, I want to say it now. I appreciate you. I'm proud to be your daughter, and I love you. Happy Mother's Day.
So sweet.
Yes.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yes. Lauren, you want to go ahead and share yours?
So mine is more in like a poem format, but I just want to say I love you so much, Mom. You are my rock. You're my everything. So here we go. Dear Mom, you are grace in motion. The quiet kind that doesn't need applause. The kind that softens storms without a sound. You are calm even when the world forgets how to be. Powerful in ways that don't have to announce themselves. Love, not just something you give, but something you are. You are patience stretched wide across years. Kindness that never asks for recognition. Softness that holds, but it doesn't break. Feminine in a way that feels like home. A woman of God walking by faith, even when the road has asked too much of you. You never gave up, not when grief tried to swallow your light, not when losing Tyler carved an ache that still echoes. You faced shadows most wouldn't survive, and still you chose to stay. You chose to live, and you chose us. And even now, while carrying that grief, you move through this world like light, gentle, steady, healing, things you don't even see. You tell me I have the best parts of you, and I carry that like something sacred. But truthfully, I don't know if I could ever fully hold all that you are. We are so different, but we fit. You are my person, like perfect balance, like calm and flame moving as one. You are the level-headed one, the steady voice, the softened hand. And me, I'm the fire that answers at the sound of your name, the heat that rises, a constant warning that you are never unprotected, because loving you made me fearless. You taught me how to stand on my own, how to think for myself, how to be strong without forgetting who stands beside me. And if I ever become a mother, being half the woman you are would be a miracle in itself. You are a phenomenal lady, a gift this earth didn't earn but needed, a blessing that stretches far beyond our home. There is no version of this world where you would ever be replaced, not in this lifetime, not in any lifetime. to infinity and beyond. I love you more than words can carry, but I hope this gets close. Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, I love that. That was so sweet. Our moms are literally the best.
Yeah, they
Being
are.
a mom is it's hard, but it's definitely a role that is very much needed in everyone's life for
Mm.
sure. Yeah.
So, what do you think? Last time we kind of talked about being 30 and what this past year has been like. What's
Mhm.
one thing that you feel like that your mom taught you that you appreciate now more than ever? Or you remember when we would be like, oh, we didn't want to hear what they had to say,
Mhm.
but it's like,
Yeah.
oh gosh, this is what she was talking about. I hate she was right.
Yeah. No, I literally I like would catch myself sounding like my mom or like saying, "Oh crap, that's my mom. She was right." And I feel like sometimes I talk and I'm like, "Dang, that I sound like Diana right now." Like literally. But one thing that my mom has taught me is definitely being confident on my own. I feel like my mom is a very independent person, and she truly just exemplifies like what it is being a woman. Like
Mm-hmm.
she stands on her own, she stands her ground, she doesn't let anyone tell her what to do or what to say. And she'll, if someone tells her no, like she'll find a way to like do it. And she's a perfectionist too, so
Mm-hmm.
she's gonna find a way to do it, and she's gonna find the perfect way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And something that she's taught me is just, learn how to be independent and just stand on my own ground. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like maybe that's why it's taken me so long to find a boyfriend, because I really am just kind of like one of those women that just takes on her own lane. Like if nobody wants to do it, I'm gonna find a way to do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. What
Yeah,
about you? What is
definitely.
something that your mom has taught you?
Mm, my mom has taught me many things. I would say the thing that I'm probably I appreciate everything she's done, but really prepared me.
Mm-hmm.
When I like was young, she taught me how to cook. She never handicapped me. She taught me how to cook, how to do my own laundry, how to just handle business. And while that sounds like common, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people never had to do things for themselves. I know when my brother went to college, his roommates didn't know how to wash clothes. And then my mom always like prepared us.
Mm-hmm.
Like she knew, okay, if we were moving, what we needed. Like we needed supplies, like laundry detergent.
Yeah.
So we just always had everything, and because she prepared me so much, I I'm like that in every aspect of my life. Like always prepared, thinking ahead,
Mm-hmm.
what I may need,
Yeah. Yeah.
And while it seemed like she was doing the most back then, it's like, okay, mom, all right, do you have this? Do you have that? I'm like that now when I'm leaving the house. I open my bag. I'm like, do I have everything I
Yeah.
need? Oh, let me get a coat. It might be cold. Before we leave the restaurant, I'm like, oh, let me use the restroom.
Mhm.
Just like her. Like you said, I find myself sounding like her. So
Mhm.
definitely being proactive and prepared.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think my mom was like that as well. She was very proactive and prepared all the time. Like especially being a Mexican mother, like we have a way of like being dramatic about stuff, but it's always right. Like we're always it's always like you said, bring a coat, and it's like, what do I need a coat for? It's not even. It's 80 degrees, and then 20 minutes later, it'll be cold or raining outside. So yeah, definitely feel like that's my mom as well.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like our moms are very similar too. We've talked about that so many
Mm-hmm.
times. But yeah, for sure.
Another thing I wanted to kind of talk about is their strength,
Oh yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Like, I've saw my mom get through grief, well, still going through it,
Mhm.
but just overcoming that. And as you said, with your mom being independent, teaching me how to and for myself,
Yeah.
always be prepared. But also the things that when we were young, like we didn't even know they were enduring it because they didn't let obstacles or life
No, they
stop
didn't let
them from
it
showing
show
up
us.
for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
And I know my mom, kids thought I was rich in school. They did.
Yeah.
And we were not rich at all, but my
Uh-huh.
mom made it happen. That's Miss Make It Happen.
Mhm.
She would, like how you said your mom took a on another job. My mom, I mean, she would work. If there wasn't anybody to keep us, she would take us to work with her. I remember going to work with her with my
Oh
little
yeah.
Game Boy Advance. And you remember we had the portable DVD players.
Yes.
You
Oh my
remember
gosh,
those?
I do remember
Yes.
those.
So we would be in the back and we would have our snacks and we would be
With
ready
the
to go.
wired
Uh huh.
headphones.
And we
Yeah.
would be ready to go. And
Yeah.
so just seeing that, and sometimes it makes me emotional. Like the things I
Yeah.
learned as an adult that I about my mom that I didn't know back then, it's like wow.
It makes you like have a different appreciation for them because back then it was different
Mhm.
because we didn't see all the sacrifices it took until we got older and we're at a point now where we're taking sacrifices too to get
Mhm.
to get, to places that we want to get to. So, yeah. But yeah, it definitely makes me have a different appreciation towards my mom because I look back at it and I'm like, dang, like my mom really worked her butt off just to have the things that we have, you know?
And another thing that I would love to mention about, my mom or just their generation is
Mhm.
that they are, I feel like they are the curse breakers, like the generational. It starts
Generational.
with them,
Yeah.
the generational curse breakers,
Mhm.
because a lot of things that happen in a family is like it's gone down the line. But
Mhm.
my mom was like, it stops with me.
Yeah.
And that shut up and listen, or the woman cooks and cleans and the man just leads the house and women have no voice or no say so, that stopped with my mom. And
Mhm.
she kind of taught me to be the same way.
Mhm.
And I really love that about her because she wanted to be the mom that she didn't really have. And
Mhm.
instead of continuing that or making me feel like she didn't show up,
Yeah.
or it was no, she
Mhm.
said that that was something common, no. Or
Mhm.
like sometimes she felt like a motherless child because her mom didn't attend events and stuff,
Mhm.
whereas with me it was very different. So I really love that too, for them to be able to acknowledge that a certain thing was a problem
Yeah.
and be able to fix it moving forward, because I know I aspire to keep that going what my mom has planted.
Oh yeah. I think that serves in our family household too. Like you'll see my dad washing dishes and cooking too. Like you won't just see my mom. And like sometimes when my dad gets off early, it's like he'll cook because it's I feel like my mom has made that a
Mm-hmm.
thing for us. Like it's not just the woman who cooks and cleans or stays at home. Like she's been working her little butt off since I don't know what age it was, maybe 16,
Uh-huh.
14, 16, I don't know, somewhere throughout that age. And she's
Mm-hmm.
always worked. I've always seen my mom at a job, whether it was at the schools I went to or, you know, working at like secretary,
Uh-huh.
admin jobs, like, and she took that on and she worked her butt off. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And they've been grown for a long time. I
they
told my
have.
mom, you were a different grown than I
Uh
am.
huh.
Like, you remember when your mom was like in her 20s and they had us like
Uh,
25? But I'm
yes.
like, I don't remember being this grown at 25. Like, we the new adults.
Uh,
You'll catch
no,
us saying that a
yes.
lot. Like, I know we aren't the new it because it just felt like our parents were just so different.
Mature
Yeah,
and like,
but my mom had been working since
uh
she was
huh.
like 13,
Yeah.
14, and always went to work. She said, I
Mhm.
always worked for the things that I wanted. And they
Mhm.
were just like, Just grown. I told you, you've been grown for a long time.
No, they really have been, because they've had to work their butt off for
Mm-hmm.
everything, and they had to like. But they, I feel like also like my mom was the oldest out of all of her siblings, so she had to like
Mm-hmm.
become the more mature one
Mm-hmm.
and more like out there and working and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, and that's why I kind of like what I mentioned on the last show, that I really just want to put my mother up.
mhm,
I just want to put my mother up. I had went on a date not too long ago, and the guy told me, "You want to do things that a man should do," and I just looked at him and went,
exactly.
like, "Wow, that sounds good. It sounds great,
Uh
and I
huh.
wouldn't mind once I'm." When I get married, to have a man that leads my household.
Mhm.
But I'm not waiting for that. I
No.
said, if God sees fit, if that's what He has for me in the future, that's fine. But I'm not waiting, sitting
Mm.
back waiting. Again, my mom taught me to proactive. I'm going to get it now,
Yeah.
and and I'm going to put her up. That's just what I'm going to do, because
Yeah.
she deserves it.
Mhm.
Because, like you said, been working hard. I don't want that life for my mama.
No. Mm.
She's what, my mom's 55, that's 65, and then they keep pushing the retirement age back.
Really?
Yeah, it's like 70. Not my mama. Not me,
No.
because I told them they only have 5 more years out of me, if that.
Wait, so the retirement is not at 70?
I
That's
think it's like
crazy.
68 for
Oh
real.
gosh.
hmm
Oof.
Kind of talking about our moms and them covering us.
Mhm.
I feel like it was many times that I feel like I would have failed or been lost without my mom and her prayers.
Oh
I
yeah.
do know that she taught me how to pray, and I believe I mentioned that on the last episode when I
Mhm.
was young. And I know you mentioned that that I inspire you, but honestly, you inspire me,
Stop it.
because I know God. I love God, but I came to the realization that I had to be honest with myself,
Mhm.
that when you love someone, like you have a friend that you love with every fiber of your being,
Yeah.
but then something happens and that relationship is never the same. I
Mhm.
feel like that was my relationship with God.
Mhm.
After what happened with, my brother, I felt like I love God, but I couldn't trust him because I didn't know what to expect. Like, I
Mhm.
didn't trust myself to I didn't trust I couldn't give my all to God. Like, I never stopped believing, but it's like I felt like I needed to control my life, because if it's not in my control, who else is gonna?
Yeah.
And being around you, witnessing your journey, and then going back to my mom, and I saw what the power of prayer does. I saw her pray over me. How I was telling you in the car, when she was praying in tongues over my brother when he was sick,
Mhm.
I know it's real.
Mhm.
And so really, I feel like that foundation brought me back. Girl, I hadn't had a Bible in years, and I bought a Bible 2 weeks ago, and I've been in the Word.
Really? Oh, I love that so
Because it's
much.
like, this is my foundation, and
Mhm.
I can't let one situation, you know, either you're in or you're out. You can't
Yeah.
have one foot in and one foot
You
out, or be
can't have it.
straddling the
Have.
fence.
Yeah.
I can't let that situation, you know, get me away from what I know. And what I
Mhm.
know is real.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
so I thank my mom for her prayers and her
Mhm.
covering, because at the end of the day, no matter where I go, I know how to come back home.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And I remember my mom praying for me when I was a little girl. Like she would every time we would go to bed, she would sit and like either pray out loud or pray over me. But there's this one specific moment that I remember, and it was here in Texas, we had tax tests. So it's like the state test, like that you would have to pass to go to the next grade. I don't know what were they called in Atlanta. Were they called something?
CRCT, the Georgia
Yeah.
CRCT.
So I don't know what it was, but I had test anxiety. I hated taking tests, and for some reason, tax tests stressed me out. Like I hated those tests, and I specifically remember every time tax testing rolled around, my mom would like sit and pray for me, pray for just like strength, pray to bring, that God just, was there covering me and just bringing me, all the knowledge that I needed to take that test. And let me tell you, it worked. It worked. Because I don't think I've ever failed a tax test because I didn't do great, but, there was some subjects I didn't do great on, but other ones I did great on. But yeah, I just remember those specific moments, like my mom just praying over me, and that's how I remember my mom, like, and like being a prayer warrior, because that's what she really is. And now it's crazy because I feel like the roles have switched, because now she's asking me to pray for her, which I love, and I'll do it anytime she will ask me to. So yeah.
Definitely. And I love to keep them covered as well,
Absolutely.
because I tell my mom, I'm like, you my child.
Yeah. No, they really are our child now.
Like, I have to watch you.
Yes.
And make sure you're good.
Isn't that
and
crazy?
When I call you, you better answer.
And if you don't answer the first time, I get stressed out. I'm like, what are you doing?
Besides being my mother.
What are you doing?
It's so bad. See, your mom is married, but mine isn't. So I'm just like, it's so bad. I told her I had to get married first. I said, you can't get married before I do. Because,
yeah.
You got to let me go first, because I can't let you go first.
Yeah, you can't have her over there.
No.
You better bring your attention to me.
Yeah, because who are you?
But isn't that crazy, though, how, like, roles have been reversed now for us? Like, we're now taking care of our moms, which I love. But do you ever feel like sometimes it can be a little bit stressful?
Not really, because my mom and I balance each other. We're like night and day.
Yeah.
We get along so well, but we're literally on north and south. Like, my mom is very calm unless she's hungry. I told her, like, I can tell, like, when she's frustrated that she has not eaten.
That's funny. No, I feel the same way with my mom. My mom, she's my best friend. Like, I really do think she's my best friend because we fight like sisters. We fight like best friends. And, like, I feel like I tell my mom everything. Like, I really do. And she'll listen to me. That's why I feel like she's my best friend. Sometimes she does stress me out. I'll give her that. But we're, like, 5 minutes later, we're like, all right, let's go to Target. Let's go to TJ.
What are we eating for dinner?
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm still mad. I'm like, girl, I'm mad, but I'm hungry. What we eating? You know how, like, you can't stay mad at them even when you want to?
No.
And then it's just like nothing happened.
Nothing. It's like we didn't just yell at each other 5 minutes ago.
But it's healthy.
It is. I do feel like it is healthy. Absolutely. So I know our episode is talking about, like, our moms, but I do want to kind of just, lean towards, like, mothers that we know now and, like, kind of redefining what a powerful mom looks like. Because I know I have a bunch of friends who are mothers, who are strong mothers, and they truly, like, they're, like, my age, too. So it kind of shows me what it takes to be a mom in, like, today's society. So what do you think, how would you describe, like, a powerful mom?
I would say a powerful mom listens. That's for anybody, but really a mother, you have to listen.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the foundation for everything. Definitely listen to your child, take into consideration their feelings. And then I love moms who have multiple children who understand that it's not a one size fits all. You know that you have to switch it up depending on what that child needs.
Yeah.
And it's not making a difference, but the kids have different personalities, and the way you might show one tough love and that's the way they receive it, you may have to be more soft with the other, but that all resorts back to listening, like literally taking the time to get to know your child and listen to them. And I feel like that's why me and my mom are so, because she listens to me, even if she's like, that's no excuse, or she, she still took the time to listen.
Yeah.
And so I know she heard me. What about you?
I feel like being present for your kids, and I see that so much in all of my friends that are moms today. Like, they are just so present in their children's life, and some of them, like, their child is literally their life, and I just love it. I love seeing, like, you know, moms who sometimes they'll have plans, but it's also like it's going to go see their kids and like whatever sport they're playing and like dance and things like that. And I love that. And I feel like that is something my mom has always been present in my life. Her and my dad have always been there for everything. Like today, I had a run today, and the only two people that were there were my parents. That's it. And that's all I need sometimes. So I definitely feel like that has been a huge thing for me, is like seeing my mom and seeing my parents present in my life, because it does like reflect a lot on that child later in life, not seeing like your mom in the stands or your dad in the stands. Like, it can definitely reflect a child's life for sure.
Yeah, and I've seen like when people who don't have someone show up for them, it's really sad.
It is, yeah.
And I get it. Some people's parents have to work to keep food on the table, but it's good to have a village. I love when women have a village, because they go through postpartum,
and that's real. Postpartum is so real.
And especially if they're a single mom trying to do it all on their own. I feel like another
shout out to the single moms.
Yeah, shout out to the single moms. My mom was a single mom. I mean, my dad was in my life, of course, and my parents were together for a long time before they split up, but I still was in the house with my mom because my dad lived in a different state. So I consider her, she was the main parent.
Yeah.
And just like I said, her village. Shout out to my grandparents.
Yes.
Speaking of mothers, like my grandma, both of them, my dad's mom and my mom's mom, I've learned a lot from them, and I have a lot of characteristics, like of theirs. My mom's mom is very spunky, fiery. Like, I feel like I get my fire from her. Sometimes too much, but that's okay. And my dad's mom, she's so creative. She is an entrepreneur. She owned like a hair salon growing up. She was a landlord of like 20 people.
Oh, wow.
Had land. So she taught me the hustle is there. Like, you can be anybody you want to be. Like, with her, it was no limit. It was like, as long as they're printing money, I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
And so just seeing those women who are really just fearless, that's the way I can describe them.
Yeah.
And they don't wait on anybody to do what it is that they want to do. And so I'm thankful for my village, community. Because, as you say, it takes a village to raise a child. And so I feel like women who have those villages definitely shouldn't take those for granted, because it helps a lot.
Yeah, especially when, you have family who live far away. Like, I know a lot of my friends' mom or family, like, they don't have their parents who live close to them. Like, they live like a town away or something like that. So, yeah, having a village, whether it's like your family or, friends, is definitely important, because you really do need that village, because if not, you might drive yourself crazy, I feel like.
Yeah. And kind of talking about us, we're both Single. We both don't
Yeah.
have kids, but I know we kind of talked about before, like you would, like you would want to be a mom. Can you kind of talk about that a little bit? Like,
Yeah. I for sure say that I want kids. And it's crazy because if you were to ask me 5 years ago, I would have probably said I didn't want kids. But I think as I've gotten older and I see like my friends or like my cousins become moms, I'm like, I want a kid. Like I want a baby. And so yeah, I definitely want to become a mom. That's definitely
hmm
something that, maybe 3, 4 years down the road, I can have some kids, but
hmm
right now, obviously, I don't think I want to jump into becoming a parent right
yeah.
away. Like, if I do find, like, my husband, like, I definitely want us to live our life a little bit before we have kids, but I
hmm
for sure do want kids.
And me, I've always been back and forth. Like, growing up, you know how a lot of girls have the dream wedding, the
Mm-hmm.
white picket fence, the house, the dog.
Yeah.
I always just knew I wanted to be a successful woman. That was literally at the front of my mind my whole life.
Same.
And then I want to say when I got in my early 20s is when I'm like, oh, because I would be around kids a lot and being around
Yeah.
sweet babies. I'm like, oh, I want to be a mom.
Right? Yeah. I feel like,
And then I'm like, in this economy, now fast forward 5 years later, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about it. I I feel like I would be a great mother.
you would.
I feel like I would be a wonderful mom. So right now I'm open to it. I'll say I'm
Mm-hmm.
open to it. I feel like I'll be okay if it doesn't happen or if it does happen. Either
Mm-hmm.
way, I'm fine.
I also feel like it depends on your person, like your husband.
Mhm.
Cause right? Don't you think like I need someone who gives like dad vibes,
Yeah.
or someone who I know or see that is gonna be a good dad.
Uh-huh.
And I've talked to several friends and cousins, and like some of them will say, "No, I don't want kids," and I will say, "What if like you meet somebody and they want kids? How would you feel about that?" And like you find someone who just gives like that family father kind of vibe, like
Mhm.
how would you feel about that? She's like, I think some of them give me different answers, but some of them kind of say like, I think I would change my mind a little bit
Yeah.
because it does kind of give you a different perspective on
Mhm.
the person that you end up marrying,
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. No, I get it because I always, when I see guys that already have kids or say they don't want kids, I'm not interested. Even though I say I don't want kids, because you got
uh-huh.
to be open to what I want to do.
Yeah. You
Because
can't just say
I
no. You
might
gotta be
change my
open.
mind.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
mm-mm.
Mhm.
So open, yes, definitely. And
Mhm.
like you said, and another reason why I don't really think about it is because I am single and I get things happen. It may not work out,
Yeah.
but I want to go into it with my partner that
Oh yeah,
for life,
for sure. And
my for
that
lifer.
has to be that has to be a green flag. Something that I
Uh-huh.
look for in a man is being a good dad or being
Yeah.
someone who's good with children at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
For sure, and definitely like a good partner too.
Mhm.
Somebody, a good partner. A
Yeah.
partner is different from a spouse.
Uh huh.
Because you want a teammate. You know, like
You don't want just a husband. You
yes,
need a teammate.
yeah, somebody who
Yeah.
can get up
Mhm.
when you hear the baby crying, know how
It's
to
your turn.
soothe the baby,
Uh huh.
make the bottles, pack
Yeah.
the bags, even schedule the doctor's appointments. I see so many women say their husbands don't even know the child's doctor's name. And I
Oh.
think that's sad. It's
I
so many
mean,
women who like they fear their death because they have to leave the child behind with the dad. And it's like because you don't know anything.
yeah. And he has to know it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But that's a part of being a teammate.
Mhm.
And that's what I desire. So very selective, very very like if I don't get that,
I don't want
I
it.
don't want anything. Mm-mm.
Just don't give it to me
Yeah,
at all.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Being the single TT traveling the world.
Yes.
So, kind of talking about values, discipline, and mindset.
Mhm.
I know a lot of my morals, the way I move throughout the world, it came from my mom. Like I said, even though we're different, it still resorts back to what she taught me. I'll never forget. And it's crazy because my mom, she'll say, Lauren, I didn't raise you to be that way when I do certain things. But I'm like, but you did.
Yeah.
So my mom never allowed me to have an excuse for myself. Accountability was the theme of my household. You
Mhm.
remember when they'll be like, I don't care what the other kids in the classroom
Yeah.
are doing. You're my child.
Mhm.
That was my mom.
That was no, because that was my mom too. And did you ever feel like, why are you not taking my
I
side?
can't mess up. Like, I felt like
Yeah.
it's no room for me to mess
No.
up.
Yeah. And so no, because I feel like when I was little, and it wasn't that I got in trouble a lot in school, but when I would play with my cousins or like things like that, and she'll yell at me, and I'm like, but it was their fault, and she's like, I don't care about them. I'm like, but I didn't do anything, and it kind of made you feel like, whose side are you on here? Because I'm your daughter.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, and so yeah, I
But
think
it taught you discipline.
it did.
And
Yeah.
going back, like, to my mom, I'll never forget. I was in third grade, and I was playing outside with these girls at recess, and they were leading, and I was kind of following at that point.
Mhm.
Could you imagine me as a follower? Me either. But they were, you know, I can't remember what it was they were doing on the playground, but I'll never forget that agenda. Did y'all have agendas?
Mhm. We did.
I got that sad face and the note, and my
Mhm.
mom, let me see that agenda, when you get home. So she opened it up, and it wasn't a good message. Do you know what she did? She told the teacher that to move my desk beside hers. You remember we used to be in groups. So I'm over here by the teacher,
Mhm.
silent lunch, and no recess.
Your mom told her to do that?
And I did it because until you learn
Uh-huh.
how to separate yourself and lead and not follow and make better decisions, I'm going to help you out. That was
Mhm.
her exact words. And at the time, I'm like, girl, like you would think you doing the most.
Uh-huh.
But now I'm super independent.
Mhm.
I'll go do anything by myself.
Yeah.
And sometimes it gets very extreme, but that was just extreme as her putting me on silent lunch for the rest of the year. And
Yes.
she'll look at me and be like, wow, you cut them off for that? Yeah.
You taught me.
Yeah, you taught me how to cut people off.
Uh-huh. You want to know what's funny? This just popped in. The way that my mom would discipline me, like if I ever got in trouble or I did something, she would make me write letters. And she has these letters till this day.
Oh my goodness.
And it was basically an apology letter. And sometimes she would literally make me rewrite the same sentence 100 times. That was my mom's way of disciplining me. I'm like, nowadays you don't see that. I'm like, what in the heck made you think to make me write, I'm sorry that I was rude to you 100 times on a notepad?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, but it worked. It worked. And I feel like, now that's one thing, this new generation is too soft.
Uh-huh.
Gentle
I
parenting,
agree.
that's cool and all, but I'm a product of what worked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm living, I'm breathing, I'm fine. Yeah, I got
Mm-hmm.
whoopings.
Mm-hmm.
No, I wasn't a tablet baby.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and we're good.
Yeah.
It's a new
We're very
generation.
disciplined.
It's a new generation I'm worried about. TikTok is hilarious. I saw this one creator, she made a video. She said, you see, the problem is, that's how she started it. The children that George Bush refused to leave behind are now procreating. And I was like, no, that is so on point because it's the truth.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, Houston, we have a problem.
Literally.
America, we have a problem.
Yeah.
And so that's why I felt like it was so important to honor our moms on this episode, because we're a product of them both. I get a lot of people always saying, I'm so proud of you, the woman that you've become. That's the best compliment.
It really
I love the
is.
way you carry yourself.
Yeah.
But I got it from Tracy Jackson. Like, I got it from
Same.
my mama.
Literally. I got it from Diana Ramos.
Yes.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I feel like there's so much more that I wanted to talk about my mom, but it's so hard to sum up everything that I've learned from her, because like she literally did it all for me. And that's why I said in my poem is like, it's so hard because I feel like it's so, sometimes it could be shown as like unappreciative, but it's like now I'm seeing everything. I see her working her butt off, you know, the sacrifices that she's made. So I feel like this topic was so hard to talk about, but it was also so easy at the same time. Like we kind of just flowed with it. But yeah.
Definitely. And just moving forward, when I think of the future, I think of my mom.
Same.
Like what type of mother I aspire to be, how grown I aspire to be. Because like I said, that lady is grown. The epitome of just a phenomenal woman. She has all her stuff together. She's figure it out. Like, I'm 30 years old and I'm still like, Mama, what do I ask these people? What do I say when I get in the doctor's office? Like,
yeah,
because I just trust her with everything. Girl, it's so bad that I said, you remember during COVID, you could only have one person in the room. I'll be like, I'll pick my mama over my husband.
Oh, 100%.
Like, I just want my mama all the time.
Yeah. She's the one that's raised me my entire life. You just got here. Like, yeah. What? No. No, I definitely agree. And like you said, like, I trust my mom with everything, too. Like, yesterday when I was shopping for an outfit, we had went to 3 different stores, and then we got to the last store. And she's like, do you want me to get off? And I was like, no, it's okay. Then I thought about it. I was like, no, come in, please, because I need your opinion. And everything that I do, I'm like, is this cute? Is this cute? My mom's a fashionista. So I feel like every fashion sense that I have, I get it from my mom. And I need her opinion on everything that I wear. Even before I go into work in the mornings, I'm like, is this okay? Do I need to change? And she'll tell me the truth. There's some times where she'll be like, I don't like that. She'll tell me the truth. I'm like, dang, okay.
That's funny.
There was one outfit I was like, dang, I thought I ate. And she was like, no. So I went back and changed. So, yeah.
They're honest. Very honest. And so kind of like shifting to closing, I think one thing I feel like this episode reflects is Psalm 46:5. God is within her, she will not fall. Just celebrating women, powerful women like my mom, my grandmothers, my friends, my cousins, everybody I love. I just feel like, and even myself, if we lean on that, God is within her, she will not fall, and embed it in our brains and just know that with Christ, we have everything we need.
That's all you need.
And being a strong woman and know that God is within the God in us and just operate in that.
That's all you need. We'll be okay. I will second that too, because I've always seen God in my mom. So I'm like, as long as I have God and my mom, I'm good. And my dad.
Yeah, and you too, Dad.
Yeah, you too, Dad. Love you. But yeah, that was good. But yeah, so we want to thank everybody for listening. Yes. We are just so excited for upcoming episodes. We definitely wanted to touch on moms this episode for Mother's Day coming up. So yeah, a huge shout out to all the moms out there. We want to wish you guys just a happy Mother's Day. Thank you for all you
Mother's
do.
Day. Thank
all
you.
The hard work. I just want y'all to know it never goes unnoticed, especially all the moms in my life. and all the moms in Lauren's
And
life.
we love and we honor you
Yes.
and we respect you. And hope you guys have an amazing Mother's Day.
Yes. Thank you guys.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.